Hello, True here again. I had quite a few emails from people asking me how I did this card after I posted it a couple of weeks ago. It's a very, very simple technique, and I thought I'd show it to you really quickly. I'm going to use different ribbons this time just to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to do a bigger heart so I can make a little bit larger card. You'll want to start by drawing your shape onto a piece of white cardstock, and I cheated a little bit. I used an Estability's heart and traced around it. You can freehand use whatever shape you would like, and then you will cut out, I hope you can see this, leave about 1/4 of an inch or a little bit less all the way around the edge. This is going to be your cut line once you have applied your ribbon. And the excess, just make sure that your ribbon goes past your cut line so that your project's completely covered. After you've done that and got it cut out, you will add score tape. You can use glue if you don't have score tape, but I really like the score tape, so that's what we're going to use here today. You just, another tip is to tack it down to your work surface, and then that way you don't have to hold on to the piece. It's not going to move around a lot. And then just butt it up against each other. Push it down. And snip. I'm working around the camera, so this makes it just a little difficult, but we'll make it work. And you'll cover the entire piece. You want to make sure that it is totally covered so that your ribbon sticks completely, especially on the edges, so it won't come loose and fray. Okay, after you have covered the entire thing, another tip is to take the tape off while it is stuck to your surface. So I'm pushing this back down since I removed it. Makes the tape a lot easier to pull off, otherwise you're fighting loose ends of tape. And you just remove all the tape. Well, I've got another one that I've got it all off of. We'll move on to that. I tried to do things to speed this up so you can get to the fun stuff. Okay, I want to use that same tape on the edges to tack that back down. Makes it easier when applying the ribbons also. Okay, I've selected some colors that I think look good together. It's a wonderful way to use up scrap pieces of ribbon also. I have lots of assortments, and some of the ribbons I just don't really use by themselves, but they are awesome if you can put them together with other colorful ribbons and do something like this. Use up your scraps. And if you don't have scraps but you want to do this, go to www.reasonableribbon.com. She has so many beautiful ribbons. This is where I got mine from. I'm on the team, so I've got lots of her pretty stuff. When I'm not on the team, I will still be a loyal customer because I have fallen in love with the owner, Bonnie. She is such a sweetheart, and with her ribbons. But you just start by pushing them down. Make sure that you butt them up against each other so that your surface is totally covered. See, it's kind of waved right there, but that's okay because I see that that cut is there. And now I also see a mistake that I have made, which I've corrected already. So that you see your cut line when you're finished laying this on, you should flip the paper over so your cut line's on the bottom. But I'd already caught this, so I just went back and drew another heart around the nestability. I bet you'll do the same thing. You forget to flip it over, but there's an easy fix to that. And then continue putting your ribbons on. Now you can go in the same direction for your entire piece, but I like to switch it up a little bit and add a little interest. Those are all in a good shape, good spots, so I like them, and I'm going to push them down. To change directions, You just want to make sure that your ribbon that you're using is perfectly square, because you're going to butt it up flush against the ribbon edge that's on there. Put it right on the edge of the ribbon. That one went on a little crooked, so I'm going to lift it up and lay it back down. Once again, perfectly square edge. Sometimes it takes a little work to get it right on there. While you're laying it down, you want to make sure you're butting it up against this edge and butting it up against this one. If it doesn't quite get there, you can kind of work it a little bit and fill in the gaps. And occasionally you'll have little pieces like this that come up. Just pull them up, use some tiny scissors and snip them. This is going to be hard to see, trust me. And then push the ends down into the tape. Okay, you will continue on placing the rest of your ribbon pieces on until the heart is full, and it will look something like this. See where the entire piece is covered except for a few little pieces on the very edges, but I know that those will be cut off. So then you flip your piece over and trim along the line that you drew as your cut line. You want to use very sharp scissors so it doesn't fray your ribbon. And I'm not going to take the time here to cut all the way around. I will show you what this looks like. Okay, after you have cut out around your cut line on the back side of your project, it should look something like this, and you're ready to turn it into a card. I usually, when I do these little hearts, I usually take the next size scalloped heart, nestability, and back it up similar to this one. I will go make a card with this one, the other one, and I will come back and show you at the end of this video.